Excuse me, man. Quick question for you, man. Is this your Lamborghini?
Yeah.
And what do you do for a living out in Las Vegas to be able to afford a Lamborghini?
I trade full time and I'm an entrepreneur.
How long have you been a business owner for?
For about 4 years now.
Over these 4 years, what's been the most amount of money that you've ever made in a single year?
1.5 million.
1.5 million.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
24. I just turned 24 last month.
24.
Yeah.
And how old were you when you became a millionaire?
Man, I made my first million when I was 21.
How did that happen? How did you make your first million at 21 years old?
A lot of it came through trading. Now, I will say during that time in the market, it was really easy to make money.
Yeah.
The Fed's pumping the market, COVID, all that stuff. But I would say at the end of the day, I wasn't seven figures until I did delegate, right? You can't do it all yourself. It is literally impossible. I am not the best at everything my business requires. So you have to find pieces outside of the business, outside of yourself, that can help you do the things that you want to accomplish within the business. And that comes with building a good team. And in order to build a good team, you have to, number one, treat people very well, pay people very well. And you also have to have opportunities of growth within the company with the people that you are looking to have in your company and help you grow.
Now, you made your first $1 million at 21, but at any point in time, have you ever been broke before?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was raised by a single mother. Now, she's very successful herself, but she never gave me anything. So everything I have is she made me earn it, which was, number one, the hands down the reason I am the way I am today, because, you just got to figure it out. And for me, it was, I'm not asking my mom for any money, so I was doing Uber Eats and Instacart before all this. So, yeah, I've been there before.
Among yourself and the most highly successful people that you study and know, what is that one trait that they all have in common?
This may be an uncommon one, but a lot of successful people that I see are married. I got married really young. I was 20 years old when I got married. When you're married and you're not focused on everything outside, you're so focused. So I always tell Shantae, that's my wife, I always told her, I said, you were a business decision. I loved you, like, don't get me wrong, but you were business too, because I was like, yo, I know myself, but if I'm focused and I'm not worried about anything else, I'm good.
That's a Vega, bro. I've never heard that before. What's been the best financial advice that you've received throughout your career?
I would say, number one, God has to be the foundation of everything, right? If you want to build something, you got to have God at the center of it. And number two is, you can't be upset at the things that come with asking God for stuff. For me, I asked God, hey, I want a 7-figure business, and he threw a bunch of lessons at me that I had to learn in order to get a 7-figure business versus it just falling into my lap. And that was something I had a conversation with the pastor, actually. He told me, say, hey, man, God has to be the center. And, I felt at that certain time in my life, I was kind of veering away, and God always has a way of bringing you back, right? So my version of that was business started shaky, team started kind of splitting up, things weren't in order. But then, I opened the Bible, Ephesians 3:20, lean not on your own understanding. And then from there, man, I've been rock solid.
How can somebody get a Lamborghini in today's world?
The people that I've noticed in my life growing up who always talked about what they were going to do were always the people that never got anything done. For me, I'm impulsive. Right? Impulsive activity can be a good thing and a bad thing sometimes. And I've been on both ends before, but I would say because I'm impulsive, I don't wait on anything. I say, hey, I have an idea, let's execute, let's figure it out on the way, versus trying to have everything complete right now and then saying, then let's go, right? I'm not gonna spend 2 weeks on a logo. Like, no, here's the name, here's the business, let's go. We'll figure all that, later. Yeah, you gotta take action. You don't take action, nothing gets done. And the sooner you take action, the sooner you'll figure out what needs to be fixed.